Good morning. 2 a.m. May 11th. Figured I should make a birthday post to celebrate. Um, yeah, getting ready to head to Cambodia to go clear my visa and kind of do a reset. The Macau thing was a little last minute, and the flights kept sort of skipping and not showing availability, even though they were selling tickets. And I've had an issue before um, with delays like that, so it was just becoming way too much of a hassle. And it was already sort of double the price of doing this, and then some, sort of on top of the fact, like, but I was justifying that as an experience. Go do something different. Macau's obviously a tourist destination, but it's actually more expensive to travel there from here. If I was going to go just to Macau, um, it would have made more sense to not have come here in the first place. So, and this Cambodia trip was a little chaotic and a little messed up. Uh, but I am hoping it's sort of a learning experience. Everybody does it all the time, so there's some hassle and some nuance to navigating it, but I'm just hoping that the learning experience goes well and everything goes smoothly. So we'll find out. I'd originally uh, kind of planned to spend a few days there, but the language barrier, um, it everything has just been sort of a bit of a disaster for the last couple of days. So just moving forward. Um, yeah, life's messy right now. I guess I was kind of hoping for divine intervention or some sort of life correction, divine solution, maybe would be a good way to put it. I have no idea. But yeah, I think things are things are what they are, I guess. I'm here, another year older, another day older. It's life. Yeah, I've been shoving my face full of cookies and ice cream. Um, Not working out for the last couple of days, so it is what it is. Definitely have the urge to drink. Not in not in uh, like addictive craving way, I guess, but just as like this, uh, like a break from maybe constant failure. I don't something like that. I don't know how you would word it. Yeah, definitely. The one downside of being sober for this long is that there's nobody to blame and no, or much less misconstruing of events. to the point of laying blame anywhere else except on myself. And so it is this constant awareness of my problems and the things that I'm not doing, and not really about the things that are being done to me or what this person's doing or to me or anything like that. Because even in those situations, it's like the people that are bothering me or upsetting me or having any kind of effect on me, it's still with a clear head is still me. It's like, I don't like what you're saying, or I don't like how this makes me feel, whether it's because it's not something I want to address, or and I'm avoidant, and so I'm aware of that, or because I don't like the things that this person is bringing into my life, or their energy or emotional state that is like somebody being overly negative all the time, or something like that. It's like in a drinking situation or whatever, if I would be less aware of that, and less aware of making the choice that, like, I don't want to be around that, because like I struggle enough with being negative. So being around somebody negative is just not something I enjoy doing when I'm sober, because I'm very critical of my own thoughts, and so it's hard to not be critical and judgmental when I see those things reflected in someone else. And I don't want to be judgmental or telling somebody they need to change or whatever. And so all of these things are sort of like happenstance of being sober and clear-headed more often, that like, well, I don't like this part of this person, and it's just not worth it for me to engage with that because of this. Whereas if I was drinking or what, like, numbing some of that, it would be easier to sort of push through. Like, negative, maybe physical relationships would be a good example of that, where like essentially I want this part of this person, and so I'm willing to put up with this part, and the alcohol or whatever is the lubricating factor to sort of like continually put myself in a situation I don't want to be in normally, to get something that I do want. Whereas like at this point in my life with this mindset, I'm just not making trades for that sort of scenario, which leads me just to have to face mostly just myself and the things that I don't like about myself, instead of being able to blame other people for how my life is going, or how I'm feeling. And so yeah, even when I do get in these situations of being around somebody, it's like, well, you can just leave. Like, so there's no point in blaming this person or getting worked up about like, why does this person always do that? It's just like, well, if it's that big of a thing, then just stop being around that person. Which has a lot of downstream negative effects as well. For me and for how people perceive me, and then also uh, struggling with like being depressed or whatever is like isolating itself, and so because of that, it's sort of like this double-edged sword of like pushing people away and um, isolating myself and getting in this loop of not being happy or whatever it is. Uh, yeah. So this is um, everything that I thought it would be, and nothing at the like I thought it would be at the same time, or everything I thought it would be, and also completely unfulfilling, like I thought it would be. I guess. I mean, this has been my lifelong existential crisis that being good is not good enough. And so, what's the point in even trying, right? Uh, which again is a cop out, and and there's a wide gap of the level of good that I have attempted to be and been unsuccessful at, and not felt appropriate, really. Um, yeah. Every time I think I'm getting somewhere, I take a few more steps backwards. So that's what it is. Yeah. Mm, other than that, it is really hot. I mean, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, so it's not super hot right now. But as soon as the sun comes up, it is very warm. Um, yeah. Life. So yeah, Mother's Day came and went. Um, depends on the side of the world you're on. I spent most of the day in bed. Yeah. 44 years old. Huh? This one should be easy enough to remember. Still didn't get my yacht party for the birthday, but we'll, maybe it'll be a Mediterranean wedding yacht party. Who knows? Who knows? Um, I would like to say that a year from now, I hope that I can look back on this and feel envious of the place that I was in. Um, for being so unaware of the greatness that was coming, or something positive along those lines. I do have underneath all of this like infinite sadness, um, uh, like this never ending hope that it's gonna be all right if you just make it to tomorrow. I think that's why I'm still alive despite a lot of uh, close calls with death. I I I have spent a lot of time on the edge of darkness, just breathing it out. One one breath after the other. And again, life is uh, objectively good. I am objectively fortunate. Even in a state that I consider close to some kind of impoverishedness, I I would say, just for lack of owning um, assets or things of value, or even owning junk stuff, piles of things that don't get used. I would say that I am probably still in a more fortunate state than um, a majority of the world. So who knows where it goes from here? But yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know. I Everything always feels bad in the moment, but when I look back on the stress that I had 6 months ago, it's like I would kill to be in that position right now. And 6 months before that, I would kill to be in that position. And 6 months before, and it's crazy because most of my life, other than very very small windows, it's like I would love to be in that position. And at the time, almost always, I was like wanting to die. So so uh, I am aware that as hard as whatever day is, that looking back, I'll probably wish that I could be here again. Mostly probably because I'll have forgotten half of the hardships and stress, but also because I'll have a different perspective. I mean, the way that I looked at what I had to do and how I had to manage everything when I first got here versus like where I'm at now. Like, if I had this mindset when I first got here, I would have probably enjoyed my time a lot more. But again, I was drinking, I was making poor choices, I was spending a lot of money, I was stressed out all the time. I was still in the mindset, which is like also maybe not a good thing that I let go of that thought process. So I don't know. I don't feel like I'm winning at the moment, but but I'm alive. So there's a lot of people that would say that that is something to celebrate. Yeah. Well, I need to get packed up and ready to go. I was gonna wear a suit, but it's like 33 degrees or 35 degrees there, and we're gonna do a throwback to when I owned the R8, and I'll slum it in the gym clothes. So here's to living life. I hope everybody has a wonderful day. Happy May Long. Oh wait, May Long's next weekend. Yeah, I think it. I'm not one for holidays. Anyways, wish me luck.